Once again, it's a pleasure welcoming you, comrades, to this political rumbles here at Web TV. We have so many topical issues to discuss and about the happenings and unfoldings within the Nigerian political space. Yes, it is happening. 180 billion palliative to be disbursed to state governors, and Nigerians are indifferent about that because they knew that a repeat of the past might be the story, that it never gets to the targeted audience who are suffering. Possibly the governors might, of course, corner it for themselves and their cronies. What is your take on that?
Good morning, viewers. If we should recollect where subsequent policies were rolled out to cushion one effect or the other in terms of what government is trying to do in this regard, you find out that at the end of the day, it ends up with a lot of questions than answers. Let me tell you, I've said it before in this platform some time ago, that the issue of palliatives every now and then is a sign of a system that has lacked direction and ideas. This is another way to loot. This is just looting. That's the way I see it personally.
Another window for the governors and political elites.
All the cabals, all the people that are involved in this policy, they just want to share money. Now, may I ask, if you happen to give somebody a bag, I don't even think whether a bag of rice will get to each citizen in Nigeria. Let's say a cup of, possible. And then after eating that a cup of rice, a cup of derica, so to say, then what happens? Has that problem been solved? I'm even hearing that the man want to jettison the swap subsidy issue. He seems to he don't have direction on how to go about it. But it's unfortunate. You are rolling out 180 billion to share to state governors, to share to all these people, and at the end of the day, what happens? Remember that some time ago, such arrangement was also made, and at the end of the day, we saw that these things end up in the hands of elements that do not mean well for Nigeria. Why repeating it? Why
the same mistake?
Why are you repeating? We saw what happened during COVID-19.
Pandemic, yes.
Palliatives, they call it palliatives.
Even foreign
but at the end of the day, we saw thousands of bags of rice, money, materials, equipment meant for palliatives being kept inside forests, hidden. It's unfortunate that we still have such people, we still have such men driving this system up to now. It's quite unfortunate.
Of course, Nigerians are skeptic because they knew that nothing has changed. It is still the same cycle of greedy elements who unfortunately has not done anything different. And now the northern people are crying of poverty. The poor revenue persistence within the north, central, northeast, and of course the northwest are claiming that banditry and other acts of terrorism has destroyed the entire economic system within the north, and they are now, of course, bemoaning that they are indebted to the tune of 902 billion naira in fighting against terrorism. What is your take on that?
It was a system that was created by the Northerners, by some elements, to drive a particular agenda, possibly against certain interests. But at the end of the day, we have seen reports, revelations, confessions, indictments on how these people were abandoned after they have been paid to carry out some certain wickedness against the Nigerian state, so to say. Now, it has become a problem in the north. It has become endemic to the people of the north. It has become a problem that they are now looking for a way to go about it. And let me tell you, it is going to be very difficult for northern Nigeria, as it stands now, to do away with the issue of Boko Haram and terrorists that have successfully created different cells that's operating as terrorists, so to say. But that notwithstanding, the North has immensely benefited for the Nigerian system for so long. We are having one of the richest men in Africa, Aliko Dangote, is from the north. The Danjumas, all those guys that are in charge of oil wells in the eastern Nigeria, they have more billionaires there. Where are they not taking care of their citizens? That's why sometimes I always want to take the line of the former emir of Kano, Lamido Sanusi. They not to sit down and embrace what it takes to liberate their people from abject poverty.
Apart from oil moguls and billionaires, of course, from the north still collect more than 55% to 60% of the revenue generated within Nigeria, because it's been based on numbers of local governments. Like for Lagos, who generates more internal generated revenue, has only 20 local governments, while the state like Kano State has 44, Jigawa and all that. So they collect the highest allocation from the federal coffers. Why are they still crying of poverty? Is it as a result of mismanagement and insincerity and the lack of responsibility on the part of the average northerners to hold the political elites responsible for their woe and pains?
These are the effects that we'll see by having northerners, both in the military and otherwise, run Nigeria for a very long time. These are lopsided arrangements by the northerners to continue to milk the southern and of course the eastern Nigeria because of oil wells. Now the thing seems to be having so much burden because it is a sign of justice. Why would a state in the north that is not contributing anything at the federal level? Most states in the north are not contributing anything in the federal level.
But they are collecting more than even the southern states.
They are creating local government, creating all these things because of what?
That is claiming to have the largest population.
And if you look at it very well, they don't even have the population. What they do is that they have refused to separate religion from politics. That is just the clear truth. Once they are able to separate religion from politics, it will create a window, a possible turnaround to liberalize the northern Nigeria, so that they will start to embrace what it means to have access to education, access to skills, both men and women. That is why the whole thing is like this. So the leader deliberately enslaved and impoverished their people simply because maybe during the election they want to use them like a daily theory and all that. They want to use them, and at the end of the day, they don't.
That is the art of wickedness, impoverishing your people and keeping them uneducated just to keep them in perpetual slavery. It's quite unfortunate. And I hope the northern populace will rise to resist this. Otherwise, they will remain in abject poverty.
I think with the influence of what P2B has been able to do in the last election, with the awareness that is also going on from the Mr. President, I call him Mr. President in waiting, Peter Obi of Labour Party. You understand? Jonathan tried to do some certain things in that regard, but at the end of the day, the same leaders from the northern Nigeria
destroyed it. Yes, he built standard model and Amajiri schools.
The Amajiri agenda.
Model schools.
I'm telling you, nobody should cry. They have taken so much from the Nigerian boss. The northern system, the northern state have taken so much because of the way things are being structured. We are still going to work on it. We are saying no to such. Nigeria should be restructured to take care of some of these injustices.
Of course. See, that becomes a necessity as it stands now. Unfortunately, the military lost 25 soldiers as reported, and countless civilians. And it appears the government of Nigeria or the military said they are hunting the bandits. Where were they before the bandits struck?
It's unfortunate that it is happening again. It has continued to happen. Let me tell you the clear truth from a right source. We lost over 100 soldiers. They have not even entered Niger. Nigerian soldiers are dying. That tell you about there is something wrong, there is something fishy, there is something going underground that is not in the public knowledge. Why would Nigerian soldiers be killed just like that? Are there no intelligence reports? What are the commanders doing? It's unfortunate that in Nigerian soil, foreigners will invade Nigeria and kill ambush over 100 Nigerian soldiers
within Nigerian territory.
It's uncalled for.
It's bullshit.
It calls for questioning. It calls for going back to the drawing board. I believe that currently now the security system hierarchy should be of course
scrutinized
to find out what is actually the problem why Nigerian soldiers has continued to die without making any part in terms of security,
leaving their families in endless mourning and psychological torture. That is rather unfortunate that is happening within the Nigerian territory. But some claim that because the military refused to do the right thing or keep repeating the same cycle of mistakes and expect a different result.
We are not going to rule out sabotage because the southern soldiers are dying more than the northern soldiers. It is a clear fact from reliable sources within the military. These things has been there over the years. When they want to wipe out southern soldiers, the intelligence ceases to flow. Why is it always like that? Go and check it. Go and check the number of soldiers that have died. We have more southern soldiers than the northern soldiers. Why is it like that? So,
is that a conspiracy against the South?
Possibly, it has some certain religious and tribal connotation. Nobody should rule out sabotage. The forces that are benefiting from insurgency, insecurity in Nigeria does not want it to stop. And the only man that knows how to put these things in order, his mandate has been stolen. And now all eyes on the judiciary.
Yes, because the process of election has not completed, because tribunal is part of the process of election. So the cycle has not been completed, and possibly Nigerians are waiting for the final pronouncement by the tribunal judges.
It's unfortunate that Nigerians have seen it now. Like we keep on saying it. We don't need people like somebody like Tinubu in that presidency. We don't need old men like that in that presidency anymore. Why we keep on recycling? Look at the ministers. These are people who have run out of ideas. We have seen their
best.
Their best.
That best is nothing to write home.
And at the end of the day, 0/0. And the same people are being brought back as minister to. It's unfortunate. Now look at look at Tinubu himself. He seems to be very confused now.
Okay, let's address him as Mr. President, depending on the outcome of the litigation.
Because you know why we still want to say, okay, for the benefit of, due respect, say Mr. President. But as I'm talking to you now, most Nigerians does not believe that
he is their president.
Because the election that brought him to where he is today is being seriously questioned, not only by Nigerians, by the EU, by the AU, by America, by the Western world, by Nigerians themselves. So, as I'm talking to you, a lot of people believe that this government is still illegitimate. But as the case may be now, Tinubu has shown that he has run out of ideas. He has shown. Look at this morning. There's a new report that World Bank is even warning him about the issue of subsidy, because it's like he's confused. The president himself, Tinubu, is confused. He doesn't know whether to go back or go front. But that is what Peter Obi of Labour Party has been campaigning. You don't have what it takes, the science of government to when it comes to Nigeria. You don't have it requires some level of science. It requires some level of techniques, tacticity. You have to be tactical in so many things for you to be able to know how to navigate Nigeria from its present quagmire to a booming system. But what PWB was saying this, Sam Tinubu was laughing, was mimicking Peter Obi when he was reeling out on how he tends to, navigate structure Nigerian economy for everybody.
He said he's Mr. Capacity. He is trusted for his capacity. When will he unleash that capacity to revamp the economy? Of course, Nigerians are dying of hunger. The military, no insecurity. When is he waiting for when Nigerians are all dead to implement his capacity and managerial skills, which he claimed to have built Lagos?
We have already seen the capacity, and the capacity is somersaulting. So who is to blame?
Who is to blame? The gods are not to be blamed, but someone must take responsibility. It's been a wonderful time having you here, comrade. Well, thank you for your wonderful submission. It can only be here in Wave TV. Keeping it real has been a commitment and unbiased reportage of events. Yes, esteemed fans, I hope you are enjoying this moment, of course, here with us. Please kindly hit the subscription button if you have not done so. For our returning viewers, thank you so much. And I will want to crave your indulgence to join, of course, membership opportunities being provided, so you can explore every opportunity possible to advance your business and create awareness about who you are and what you are doing. But will come your way next time. Remain blessed and have a very fantastic and fruitful day.